Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about a book that has completely taken over BookTok, Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I finished this book in like 2 sittings. So if you love enemies to lovers, hidden identities, brutal trials, and a love triangle that will absolutely wreck your emotional stability, stay right there because I am breaking this whole thing down for you. Quick heads up, there will be spoilers in this video, so if you haven't read it yet, go do that first and then come back. So The Powerless is set in the kingdom of Ilya, a world split into two kinds of people. Elites who are born with supernatural abilities and ordinaries who have none and are treated as second-class citizens. Because of it, it's not just social prejudice either. In this world, being ordinary is dangerous. The powerless are hunted and simply being discovered as one can get killed. Our main character is Paedyn Gray, an ordinary girl who has spent her entire life hiding what she's just to survive. She's sarcastic, she's guarded, she's a thief, and honestly, she's one of those morally grey protagonists you can't help but love because she's just trying to stay alive in a world that would kill her for existing. The plot kicks off around the Purging Trials, a brutal high-stakes competition where elites compete to become the king's enforcer. Paedyn ends up pulled into this competition, and she was forced to hide her ordinary status while surrounded by people with actual superpowers who could expose or kill her at any moment. Now let's talk about the reason half of you are actually here, the romance, because this is where the book absolutely delivers chaos. Paedyn finds herself caught between two princes, Kai and Zen, and the dynamic between the three of them is easily the most talked about part of this series. One of them is classic broody, intense, I will burn the world down for you type, and the other is warmer, more magnetic, someone who makes Paedyn feel safe in a world that's never given her that luxury. What makes this triangle actually work instead of feeling like a gimmick is that both relationships are built on real tension, trust that has to be earned, secrets that could get her killed, and a slow burn energy where every glance and every almost touch feels like loaded with consequences. Lauren Roberts is really good at writing that we shouldn't but we want to. The pacing had me feral by the middle of the book. I'm not going to tell you who I think she ends up with. That's what the sequel are for. But I will say the emotional whiplash is intentional and it works. As the trials progress, the stakes escalate. Paedyn isn't just fighting to win anymore. She is fighting to survive, discovery, navigating palace politics, dangerous rivals, and a kingdom built on a lie about what ordinaries actually are. Without spoiling every twist, I'll say this: the book plays a long game with trust. People you think are allies become threats. People you think are threats become the ones protecting her. There is also a bigger conspiracy simmering underneath the competition itself. Questions about how the elite ordinary divide came to be, and whether the truth everyone's been taught is actually true at all. That thread is what elevates this from just romantasy with a competition into something with real world building stakes. By the final act, secrets Paedyn has spent her whole life protecting start unraveling in front of people she least wants finding out. And the ending leaves you with a gut punch reveal that immediately makes you want to pick up book 2. So we have the book 2 also. The review will be coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Now, what about my thoughts? Personally, as per my opinion, what I loved Paedyn's voice. She's funny, she's sharp, She's just not a passive damsel. She actively fights for her own survival the entire book. I also loved how the trials created constant tension. There's rarely a slow chapter because something is always at risk. What didn't fully land for me? Some of the world building explanations felt a little rushed in places, like the book was more interested in emotional stakes than fully fleshing out how the society actually functions. And if you are not a fan of love triangles, I'll be honest, this is a love triangle in every sense of the word. So know that going in, but overall, this was a genuinely addictive read. The pacing in the second half, especially, is relentless. I could not put it down. Now, let's talk about rating. I'm giving Powerless a solid 4 out of 5 stars. It's fast, it's emotional, it's got that addictive competition arc. Structure fans of Hunger Games style stories will love, layered with a romance that will absolutely consume your brain for days. If you have read it, I need to know in the comments, Kai or Zen. No spoilers. No spoilers past book one though. Some of you are still healing. If you haven't read it yet, this is your sign. If you want, I'll do a full spoiler filled series recap once I finish the rest of the trilogy. Let me know if that's something you would want to see. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.